Well, we got Dr. Stone, Season 3, Episode 13, and, well, bunch of stuff I wasn't expecting. Let me move this out of the way. Well, we find out the identity of the Master, and I'm assuming it's either Soyu's brother or his father that he resembles a lot or something. They could be twins, you know? I'm assuming it's his father. And I guess his mother probably had enough and was afraid for their lives and got them the heck out of there, and that's, you know... But, yeah, we got Katsuki back, and because of the way the miracle fluid, I forgot what they called it, works, any kind of injuries, or if you had, things like arthritis, stuff like that, when you are petrified, when you're unpetrified, it fixes it, or at least, to a certain degree, at least. And the funny thing is that, when they were putting Katsuki back together, he had a missing piece on his back that looked like the shape of a poop. Like, what the fuck? Seriously! But thankfully, thanks to Taiju going out and gathering, you know, all their friends, they're able to find that piece and put it back and then bring him back. So now they have the Master Craftsman Katsuki, and he's now feeling like I guess he did when he was way younger, which is, like I said, he must have had arthritis and who knows what else. So yeah, he's now Katsuki 2.0, essentially a better Katsuki than he was before. And sadly, they can't bring everybody back yet, because they have to make more revival fluid. That's what it was. And they're still waiting on getting the drone set up, because, well, they need the drone. And, while they're busy working on that, I don't know how the heck they're going to be able to maneuver the darn thing, because they're going to need a remote control of some sort to steer the thing into going where they want it to go, and to have it come back to them. So how the heck are they going to do it? Only way I could think of is if they made like a boomerang style thing where, you know how a boomerang works. You throw it, it'll go out, and then it'll come straight back to you. It's supposed to, anyway. That's the only thing I could think of. Anyway, when Taiju went out and got all the parts, he actually found an extra person. I'm guessing one of the islanders, essentially. Okay. An extra set of hands. Couldn't hurt. The bad thing is that, back in the Inner Palace, Ginro gets called to the Master's quarters. And you can probably guess why. Considering they're all girls there, it's supposed to be anyway. And you would have an idea of what that's supposed to be. Poor Ginro does not want to go. And, apparently they made some kind of, not a tear gas thing, chloroform? Something like that? To kind of knock anybody out and put it in a pineapple? But, yeah, that's his, essentially, get the freak out of there if anything were to happen. And when he walks in, you know, we see the silhouette of the Master, and I'm like, okay, who is this guy? What does he look like? What is he like? And his general, his right-hand man, the guy with the creepy eyes, pops in, and essentially says that in order to be able to get at the Master and get his affections, that Ginro would have to satisfy him in that way in order to be able to do that. And I'm like, oh dear Lord Almighty. Run, Ginro! Because he's going to figure out eventually that you're a guy, even with no chest. He's still going to think you're a flat chester. But even then, you're going to have some things down there that, do not belong on a girl. And Ginro's like, no, I don't want to. And he throws down the pineapple. And this kind of knocks him for a daze, so Ginro takes this opportunity to get some info, and he opens the thing where the master's sitting, and when the moonlight shines on it, it's a statue that's falling apart. Yeah. The master does not exist. Or at least that master that we've been thinking of. So sorry. The true master that is on this island and has all the power is the one we've been seeing with the creepy eyes and the big old mustache and the head thing. And Ginro realizes he's fucked up because apparently any of the girls that have seen that have died because they can't let that little secret get out. But where's Kohaku and Amaryllis when all this is going on? Well, I don't know what Amaryllis has been up to, but Kohaku ended up running into the true master's right-hand man, the strongest guy around, who wants to fight Kohaku. And he calls her out for being the intruder and wants her to give him information on where her allies are. And do you really think that Kohaku would actually just do that? Do you think anybody would just do that? At least not at first, anyway. No, Kohaku is the type that she's not going to. And she kicks the ass of all the warriors that try and go after her, except for the big group, and then he jumps in and throws them off. Essentially, like, you're not ruining my fun here. And he starts to fight Kohaku, and Ginro is about to run. He's like, no, I'm getting out of here. And he jumps down quite hard. And he sees Kohaku fighting him, and he's like, hey, come and help me, I need help! And you see the guy right behind him, and he gets him in the side with apparently a fatal wound. And Kohaku grabs him and runs off with him, and she knows essentially that, yeah, this is not feasible. You are not going to be able to survive even long enough for me to get you to Senku in that. And even then, how are they going to... The only way I could think of to save him would be petrifying him like they did with Tsukasa. Or Tsukasa, whatever. However you say the dang name. And then bringing him back via petrification. And, yeah, that's what I was thinking was going to happen. That's what Kohaku ended up realizing. So, she jumps to the top of the thing where the master was sitting. And tries to tell everyone the truth. And this goads them into throwing the petrification beam. Which is what she was banking on, and the two of them end up getting petrified, and we see close up what the thing looks like, and I still have no clue how the heck that petrifies anybody. Anybody want to tell me? I can't wait for them to grab that thing and we find out the secret here, because I want to know. Which makes me wonder then. Where did they get that? How did they make... if they made it, how did they make it? Because they're gonna try and reverse. I'm assuming that Senku's gonna try and reverse engineer it if he can't keep a hold of the darn thing. And I'm assuming he's gonna try and reverse engineer it and make one. That way, if he has to give that one back or if it gets destroyed, then he still has a way to, bring back Tsukasa. I think that's how you say it. I blanked for a second there. I was like, am I even saying the right name here? I think it was Shishio Tsukasa. I think that's what his name was. Anyway. Yeah, they're going to have to use that to bring him back. So they're going to have to go all the way to Japan with that thing and use it. So I imagine that they're going to have grab it, and then Senku's going to try and reverse engineer it and make one himself, and then destroy the original. Once they, get it working. Because then they won't be able to use that against the Islanders. And then they can use that to bring back Kohaku and Ginro, who are now petrified. But how are they going to even know that this was a thing unless Amaryllis tells them? Oh, I know what's going to happen. She's going to have to put a coded message saying that the two got petrified. Like what Kohaku did with the platinum. How she's going to do this, though, I don't even know. I don't know. She might have to meet them at the border of the Inner Palace. And where Suiga usually grabs the little rodent mobiles. and mime out what happened. She might have to. That might be the only way to get this message across to them, because they're not going to know otherwise. Oh boy, Amaryllis has got her hands full now. She's going to have to keep them from destroying Kohaku and Ginro in statue form. She's going to have to let the others know what happened, and try to keep her bearings so she doesn't get caught, because, yeah, they don't want to get found out. Because eventually it'll get out where they're hiding, and they need to hurry and make what they need to make before they do that does happen. Yeah, I am excited for the next episode so much. I really want the next episode, like, soon. And from what I've heard, apparently, the two of the voice actors are going to be at Comic-Con next week, which means we might not get the next episode until the week after. Great. And if that does happen, fair warning, you guys, if my schedule does not change for that week, I might be hanging out with my friend Beth that week. So I might not be able to get that episode out to you guys until I get back. So just so you guys know, because I don't know. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. I'd really love to hear it. And I'll see you guys next time. Other than that, the Y-Man is not that guy. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time.